Buy America, Made in America, Save American Jobs. You've heard and seen these campaigns everywhere. Why? American businesses have been taking a hit from offshore competition, resulting into low revenues, job loss, and companies going out of business.
If you look at what countries like China are doing to this country, they are eating our lunch. We're building China. We are really building China because everything we make is made in China or other countries. It's not made here. We don't make things anymore.
U.S. manufacturing companies seem to be affected the most, since most products now are being made and shipped from overseas. Everyday products we use in our home that used to be made right here in America.
I ordered thousands of windows the other week, a couple of weeks ago. They're made in China. I said, does anybody make windows like in this country, in North Carolina, in Alabama, in Oregon, in places that used to make windows? They don't make them anymore. We're building China by ordering all of their products.
Romney Mawhorter, owner of Astro Custom Injection Molding from Southern California, says his company makes a variety of products and parts from start to finish.
We are a custom manufacturer, so we make whatever our customer's product is. We make things from military product down to low-end stuff such as garden supply stuff. And anywhere in between. We do some medical products, we do some military products, like I said, we do industrial products, some cosmetics, some here and there. It just depends. What we specialize in is having the core business in injection molding. Many things are made out of plastic, and a good portion of plastic parts are made through the injection molding process. And by starting with that key element, we're able then to go get everything else that comes to it.
Romney, like most manufacturers, say they offer their customers much more than just a product, convenience and accessibility. Astro is like a one-stop shop, developing, producing, and shipping. He says a better quality product than their offshore competitors.
We can help you develop your product, draw your product, make samples, market test it, then we could mold it, assemble it, and then package it also, and then store it so we could ship it for you.
Manufacturer Romney Mawhorter is doing all he can to keep his company viable by keeping the machines going, even though it might not be most favorable amongst his customers or staff.
A couple things we've been doing. Number one, we've restructured and reduced our costs as best we could. We have challenges like anybody with regulation, taxes, minimum wages, things like that. But we find ways to streamline and be efficient. We have less people working on more things, so it makes everybody hustle a little harder, but it's what we have to do.
Astro, like so many other U.S. companies, make parts and products that are used right here in America by other local businesses. So why do they prefer doing business overseas?
Remove the stereotype that that cost is king, that price is king. It seems, in my experience in trying to find new business, if I send an email to a potential customer and say, let me have an attempt at selling you my wares and let me quote how much it would cost for me to do it for you, the typical response, if I even get a response, is, well, you're an American company, so you're too expensive, and I buy something from China anyway.
Direct costs seem to be the bottom line rather than the overall expense of doing business offshore. Romney, like so many other business owners, fight daily to keep their doors open here in the U.S. while struggling to pay the high cost imposed by so many federal regulations. He says it affects their bottom line.
One of the big beefs I have with regulation that comes down from legislation is they don't contemplate the effect that regulations have on American manufacturers particularly, and I'm speaking manufacturers as opposed to like McDonald's or people who cut grass for a living or something. And the difference is I have to compete with China, and the Chinese don't have to follow those regulations. I have to compete with Mexico, and Mexico doesn't have to follow those regulations.
Fees that are only imposed upon American businesses that are not required by overseas competition.
The best thing they can do is to stop making so many regulations.
They say fair trade is not fair game for U.S. manufacturers. While overseas companies thrive, they make it, sell it, and we buy it. And this is one of the reasons American businesses are going out of business.
Reporting for MI News, I'm Lorna Tate.